Today we can discuss adsorption isotherm. Last class we discussed isobars. Isobars are graphs plotted at a constant pressure condition, and isotherms are graphs plotted at a constant temperature condition. And what is adsorption isotherm? It is the graph plotted between x by m and pressure at a constant temperature condition. The variation in the amount of gas adsorbed by the adsorbent with the pressure at a constant temperature can be expressed by means of a curve termed as adsorption isotherm. Amount of gas adsorbed, how can you represent it? As x by m. What is x by m? Mass of adsorbate adsorbed per unit mass of adsorbent. That is x by m. That is the amount of gas adsorbed. That is plotted against pressure. Here you can see some graphs plotted in which x by m is in the y-axis and p in the x-axis. At 273 Kelvin, you will get such a graph. Here, a curved graph. At 244, you can see a curved graph. To 195, a curved graph. If you observe or analyze this graph thoroughly, you can understand here when the pressure is very low, the graph is almost a straight line. If the graph is straight line, what is the meaning? X by m is proportional to p, isn't it? X by m is proportional to p. Here, when the pressure is very low, in this part of the graph you can see it is almost a straight line. If it is a straight line, what is the meaning? X by m is proportional to p, directly proportional to p. And at a particular pressure, as the pressure increases, it has a curve, and here this one is almost a straight line, and that is parallel to the x-axis, isn't it? Here it is more clear. It is almost parallel to the x-axis. That means at a high pressure, what is happening? The x by m is independent of p. X by m, the amount of substance absorbed, is independent of p, that is pressure. Or we can say x by m is proportional to p raised to 0. So here at the beginning, x by m is proportional to p, that means p raised to 1. At the end, at this particular pressure, x by m is proportional to p raised to 0. So the variation will be between 1 and 0. 1 and 0, there are only fractions, isn't it? There are only fractions in between 1 and 0. So we can represent this equation generally as x by m is equal to kp raised to 1 by n. K is the proportionality constant. K is the proportionality constant. X by m is equal to kp raised to 1 by n. It is known as Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Here n can have values greater than 1. And here again you listen in this graph. Here at this particular pressure, what is happening? There is no change in the x by m value. If there is no change in the x by m value, means the maximum amount is adsorbed at this particular pressure. Further adsorption is not possible. If it is chemical adsorption, we can say the surface completely occupied. Or if it is physical adsorption, we can say all the possible molecules or the maximum amount is adsorbed. Further adsorption is not possible. That is a saturation point. We can call the pressure at which the adsorption is maximum as the saturation pressure. So after attaining the saturation pressure, X by M is not changing. That means further adsorption is not possible. So at saturation pressure, we can say adsorption is at equilibrium. There will be adsorption and desorption. Two processes will be there. So we can say at the saturation pressure, adsorption is at the equilibrium. Here, this graph can be considered as Freundlich adsorption isotherm. This equation can be considered as Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Freundlich in 1909 gave the empirical relationship between the quantity of gas absorbed by unit mass of solid adsorbent and pressure at a particular temperature. That is expressed as X by M is equal to Kp raised to 1 by N, where N is greater than 1. How can you verify this adsorption isotherm? For the verification of adsorption, is it correct or not? We are checking whether this Freundlich adsorption isotherm, we got an equation. Whether it is correct or not, we have to check it, then only we can accept it. That is known as verification of adsorption isotherm by taking logarithm of the two sides of this equation. Take the logarithm of the two sides of this equation. When you take the logarithm, you will get log X by M is equal to log K plus 1 by N log P. You can plot log X by M against log P. This equation is in the form y is equal to mx plus c. It is y is equal to mx plus c. Log k can be considered as c. So it is equation for straight line. If you plot the log x by m against log p, you get a straight line. If you are getting a straight line, you can say it is verified. And if you are not getting a straight line graph, it is not verified. And slope of the graph will be equal to 1 by n. So experimentally, after determining the values, if you plot this graph, at a low pressure, it will be a straight line, but at a high pressure, you will not get a straight line. So Freundlich adsorption isotherm fails at a high pressure, because you will not get a straight line graph at a high pressure. So Freundlich adsorption isotherm verified at low pressure but failed at a high pressure. So it is not completely correct. Since you are studying surface chemistry for the first time, we are discussing only this one, Freundlich adsorption isotherm. Because of its failure, it is replaced by other adsorption isotherms such as Langmuir adsorption isotherm. No need to discuss the remaining theories of adsorption or adsorption isotherms here. Now in the case of solution, adsorption is possible from solution also. Gases can be adsorbed. The solute particle in dilute solutions behave like gaseous molecules, so solute particles also can be adsorbed from dilute solutions. So in the case of adsorption from dilute solutions, what is the theory or what is happening? That also very similar to the adsorption of gases, because the solute particles behave like gases in dilute solution. So generally the factors affecting adsorption. Adsorption decreases with an increase in temperature. We already explained in the case of adsorption of gases on salt. And there is an increase in temperature, adsorption decreases. Because most of the, not most, all the adsorption reactions are exothermic reactions. So if there is an increase in temperature, surely the endothermic reaction, that means desorption will be increased. The extent of adsorption increases with an increase of surface area of the adsorbent. The area is more particles can be adsorbed. If it is only a very small space, only that much particle can be absorbed. But if the surface area is small, more amount of particles can be absorbed. The extent of adsorption depends on concentration of the solute in solution. As the concentration increases, chances for adsorption also more. The extent of adsorption depends on the nature of the adsorbent and the adsorbate. Now, what is the Freundlich adsorption isotherm for gases? X by m is equal to Kp raised to 1 by n. Instead of pressure, if you use C, concentration term, you will get the equation X by m is equal to Kc raised to 1 by. Very similar to that of Freundlich adsorption isotherm for the gases. X by m is equal to Kc raised to 1 by n. C is the equilibrium concentration, that is when adsorption is complete. Equilibrium constant, that is C. If you want to verify it, take logarithm on the two sides. Log x by m is equal to log k plus 1 by n log C, as in the case of gases. If you plot log x by m against log C, you will get a straight line graph. If you are getting a straight line, Freundlich adsorption isotherm is valid in the case of adsorption from solution. In the case of solution, you are getting almost a straight line graph. Here pressure has no role. So at a constant temperature, you will get a straight line graph. Here you have to plot x by m against C. Even at a high concentration, adsorption isotherm is verified. Okay, I think it is enough for today.